one of the things that's critically important, Biden has appointed 8 black women to the federal, first of all, to key federal bench positions, which equals the total number of black women to ever serve on the federal bench. But it doesn't stop there. Biden's 83 federal appointees, 24 have been black and 62 judges have been women. That's something, Kelly, that people are talking about, oh, he hasn't done anything. You can't act like that doesn't exist.
Not only can you not act like it doesn't exist, you can't act like it doesn't matter, because it absolutely does. Just because you are not directly affected by the justice system does not mean that it is not an important aspect to the American system as a whole. When you have diversity on the bench, that means you have diverse experience on the bench. And when everybody's not a white man, that means that those who aren't can understand the plight of those on either side of the bench, be it, plaintiff or defendant, or prosecution or defense. And when you have that kind of perspective, you have a lot more cases that have a fairer outcome and a more equitable outcome, such that the justice system will actually work in our favor. So I applaud Biden for doing this, not, taking anything away from him, and certainly not giving him anything more than he deserves. Like, there's definitely more work that needs to be done, but this is an excellent step in the right direction towards diversifying our justice system so that it works for everyone involved.
And Matt, for the people who go, okay, man, this is no big deal. Well, guess what? Republicans sure understand how vital those federal nominations are, those federal appointees, and these are lifetime appointees.
Right. They serve forever. And I'm glad you said that. To give an example to the viewers, Judge Carlton Reeves, a black man in Mississippi, wrote a 72-page opinion, I guess in 2020, about qualified immunity. So when you talk about police reform, and when you talk about wanting to make strides, for instance, in qualified immunity, it's important to have judges with lived experience who can write an opinion that says, we all know that this doctrine is bogus and we know that this doctrine needs to be removed. And the reality is a black woman is going to understand that a lot more than a lot of other people who are serving on the bench. So this is incredibly important. And as somebody who practices in front of federal judges every day, I need those federal judges to have lived experience. And I think these black women and the ones to come after will be imperative to really making sure our justice system is fairer.
And it's so hilarious, Michael. I've got some fool, Land Rollins, in the chat talking about Roland. Focus on brown people, people of color. Fool, what the hell do you think we're talking about right now? We talking about black people. This is the stupidity that drives me crazy. We are literally talking about black federal judges. Okay, you're talking about Donald Trump. Nearly 90% of the federal judges he appointed were white. Mm-hmm. Were white. I think after 4 years, I think it was 2.
Right. One was from Flint, Michigan.
Maybe 3 black judges appointed in 4 years. In 4 years.
Out of 226. Out of 226.
In 1 year, Biden has named 24 black judges, 8 of them women.
Roland, this is a perfect example of how oftentimes the talking points that African Americans get from social media, 1, they don't understand. 2, they don't understand things like this and why this is so important. These are lifetime appointments. Donald Trump nominated about either 1/4 or 1/3 of the federal judges, and then 3 Supreme Court judges with the help of Moscow Mitch McConnell.
25%.
25%.
You got about 800. You got about 800 or so federal judges. Then you also have those who are retired who still hear cases. He appointed 25% of the entire federal judiciary. In fact, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, which is considered the most liberal, they now have a majority conservative on the Ninth Circuit.
Right. Exactly. And then if you look at somebody like Mara Selby out of who was up for Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals that is also over Chicago, she was nominated by President Barack Obama in 2016. Her nomination was blocked by Mitch McConnell. They did not give her a hearing, okay, just like they did Merrick Garland. Then when Donald Trump became president, who did they fill her seat with? They filled her seat with Amy Coney Barrett, which then put Amy Coney Barrett on the trajectory to get pushed through to the U.S. Supreme Court. These people are playing grandmaster level chess. We're playing beginner's checkers and don't even understand all the rules to checkers. So this is something extremely important. Once again, this is the role of the president, but you need the Senate, you need control of the Senate to get these federal judges confirmed. This is one of the reasons why the Senate and maintaining control of the Senate is so important as well.
Yep. And so, so for the people, and again, before I go to break, let me connect this dot right here. And Matt, I want you to speak to it. All y'all bitching and moaning about, man, this really ain't no big deal. Let me explain something to y'all. When the conservatives sued the Affordable Care Act, that went through the federal judiciary. A federal judge just struck down the Biden vaccine mandate for businesses. I grew up in Texas. Do you know what's burned in my head? The name William Wayne Justice. Why in the hell would I have burned into my brain the name of a white federal judge in Texas? Because he was the one who ruled how decrepit, degrading, and shameful the Texas prison system was, and he had oversight of the Texas prison system for more than 2 decades. I grew up watching news, and all I would hear, Judge William Wayne Justice, Judge William Wayne Justice, a federal judge. Reuben Hurricane Carter was convicted in a state court, yet it was a federal judge who chose to listen, who actually ignored the precedent and chose to listen to the new evidence and freed Reuben Hurricane Carter. I can go on and on about the importance, the role that federal judges play when it comes to class action lawsuits, when it comes to police brutality, when it comes to all kind of stuff. But for all these dumbasses out there hollering, oh man, these judges ain't really know that ain't really nothing that benefiting black people, you have got to be stuck on stupid and out of your mind. Well, go ahead, Matt.
Well, you said it, brother. I don't even need to say anything beyond this. Let me tell you the role of judges. I live in Texas, as you know, and I practice in the Fifth Circuit. If I try a case in the Fifth Circuit or file a case in the Fifth Circuit, what can happen to my client here is completely different than what will happen in the Ninth Circuit. Why is that? Because they're completely different judges. So when the president appoints judges, it's crucial because that can potentially level the playing field so that people all across America have a better access to justice. And they're going to serve forever. Your normal state judge is going to be subject to potentially being voted out of office or reappointed, depending on the state that you live in. But the federal judges serve until they either choose to retire or until they pass away. So somebody being put on the bench has decades of consequences, which is why it's so important to make sure that, the president is appointing good people with lived experience.
Back to that Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
Time to be smart.
Roland Martin's doing this every day.
Oh, no punches!
Thank you, Roland Martin, for always giving voice
to the issues.
Look for Roland Martin in the whirlwind, to quote Marcus Garvey again.
The video looks phenomenal, so I'm really excited to see it on my big screen.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
See, there's a difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
I got to defer to the brilliance of Dr. Carr and to the brilliance of the Black Star Network.
I am rolling with Roland all the way.
Honored to be on a show that you own. A black man owns the show.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
I'm real revolutionary right now. Roland was amazing on there.
Stay black. I love y'all.
I can't commend you enough about this platform that you've created for us to be able to share who we are, what we're doing in the world, and the impact that we're having.
Let's be smart. Bring your eyeballs home.
You can't be Black-owned media and be scared.
You dig?